he is telling how to purify the mind. Unless the mind is purified, the Lord will not come there. So how to purify the mind? Here he has given a lot of sadhanas. Madhyashna darshana sparshan puja stutya vivandani. Every day you keep the Lord's statue there, and daily you see that, daily you touch it, daily you do worship, puja, and daily you do namaskar, daily you do prayers. Then it's not sufficient. Only God alone if you worship. Bhutesha madbhavaniyam sattvena sangamincha. In all beings, you think it is the Lord who is there in every being. So, mentally you should prostrate to all the people in the world, to all the beings in the world. This is also God. This is also God. Like that we have to. Then, Mahatam Bhavmaninem Dinanam Anukumpayam. When there are people who are elder to you, when they come, you just give them the due respect. And people who are down below in stature, in their status, you have compassion towards them. Maitra Chivatmatulyeshu. And people who are equal to you, you exercise friendship with them. Then, Shamena, Damena, you try to control your mind, try to control your senses, all the senses. Arjavena, it should always be straightforward. What is straightforward? Whatever you think, you will tell them. Whatever you tell, you will act accordingly. What happens? We are thinking something and we will tell something else. Say, somebody comes to my house, I don't like him. He often enough comes. But when he comes there, oh, just now I was thinking, it is about 2 days since you have not come. I was wondering what has happened to you. So, we are not honest. So, this is called Arjava, just like a blind like Manovakaya. The mind, the speech and the body, they should be on one line. The body is action and the mind is thinking, thoughts. And then whatever you think, you talk the same thing. Then nirahankriya tatha. Whatever you do, don't say aham. I did. So let the ahankara go away. You always say, it's all Lord's will. It has been done. I have nothing to do. It's all Lord's will. So there will be no question of aham there. And then important thing. Aham sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatma vatirasaram tam avajnaya yammatyaha kurute archavidambanam. He says, I am in all the beings and you disrespect them all. You treat them all in the most disrespectful way. And then you go to the puja room and do all your worship to the Lord. She says, this sort of worship to a statue, ignoring the world where the Lord is present in the form of all the beings, it is not correct. So like that, he told her all these methods. And then the monk, she was extremely influenced. She did again and again prostration to Kapila, and she went near one Bindusaras, Bindusara lake. So near that lake, she had a small kutia a small cottage. So there, just in the same manner as he told, she was thinking of the Lord, and Kapila himself as the Lord, according to her. So she was thinking of Kapila only, and thus she finally reached the Lord. And she left her body and reached the Lord. Now, with this, we have finished the third skanda. Now we are coming to the fourth skanda. This will start from tomorrow. In the fourth skanda, as I told, we are going to deal with the four motives of life. The four motives of life are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. That is, to follow the virtuous acts. Dharma is all virtuous acts. Then artha is wealth, position, money, all these things together. Then kama is enjoyment. I want to have this, I want to have that, I want to have a refrigerator, I want to centrally attention my entire house. So that is called the enjoyment. Then lastly, the one who wants God realization, that's called the moksha. So for each there is a story. For dharma they are going to tell the story of Daksha, where Daksha, he insults Lord Shiva and he conducts a very big sacrifice where he ignores Lord Shiva. He doesn't give him a place for worship. He worships all other gods, but not Shiva. So as a result, he is finally destroyed. So how, even though you may do a virtuous act, like a fire sacrifice, but where you have not associated God with it, you ignore the Lord and then you think you can do the karma or the action and that alone will help you, you are sorely mistaken. So the next one is artha. Dhruva was a small boy, so he is prevented from sitting at the lap of his father by his stepmother. She said, no, only my son can sit. If you are to be born in my womb, then you would have said, no, you cannot sit on your father's lap. You are not entered the kingdom, you are not entered his lap. So he goes and does a lot of severe penance and gets the boon. He comes back, his father is very penitent, and so thus he gets what all he wanted by worshipping the Lord. Then for Kama is another story of Puranjana, and lastly, for moksha there is there. So for each there is a story. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. For all of them there is a story there. And this we will do from tomorrow. Thank you. Savastamam Jetarajan Brahmanam Brahmanaspadanushyanvannodavidvedasadanam Om Mahagणपतये Namaha. Sthapakaya ca dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishthaye Ramakrishnaye te Namaha. Sadashiva samarambham Shankaracharya madhyamam Asmadacharya paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Sharanagata Dinartha Paritrana Parayane Sarvasya Hare Devi Narayani Namostate. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Avadapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokaviramam Sri Ramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyam. Today we are starting the fourth Skanda. As I told, the fourth Skanda, it contains 4 stories. One is for dharma, that is, you are doing a lot of virtuous acts. You build temples, you build, say, blind men's hostels, and for people who have got nobody to look after, you build some hostels for them. And like that, you can do some virtuous acts, which will give you merit. But you should link God with them all. If you ignore God, and you may build 1,000 temples, you may build 1,000 blind men's hostels, you may build 1,000 hostels for anathas, people who have got nobody. But those actions will have no effect at all. You will not get any punya or merit out of them. We have to link everywhere God. God, it is by your will, it is with your consent that I am doing this work. Always say, I never did this work. All this project was yours, you only inspired me, and it's all being done by you. Thus, you link God at all times with this. There is a great yagna. As I told, the yagna which is done for the benefit of people for 100 years, for 1,000 years, for a long time, it is called a satra. So there is what is called a Brihaspati Sava, Brihaspati Satra, a long fire sacrifice. This was being done where all the gods like Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, and all the sages, the divine sages like Narada, all these people were invited. And also, already the creation has started. So, Brahma has created a number of Prajapatis. Prajapatis means people who are in charge of further creation. And Daksha was anointed as the chief among those Prajapatis. He was the chief of the Prajapatis. So when all were assembled, Daksha came a little late. Then all the people, they got up and greeted Daksha. Daksha had 16 daughters. He gave a good number to dharma. he gave one of his daughters called a Sati to Lord Shiva. Shiva was his son-in-law. Now, the only one man who didn't greet him, who didn't get up when he came, was his son-in-law. Lord Shiva never got up. She neither greeted him nor did say Namaskar, Ya Namaste. And Daksha was highly angry at that. After all, I am his father-in-law. Even in that way, he is bound to greet me and do namaskars to me. So, she gave a shapa, she gave a curse. And the curse was, Sahabhagam nalabhatam deved devaganadhamam. Even though others told him, don't interfere with Lord Shiva. He is a high God, so don't interfere with him. But still, he gave his curse to him. The curse was, in future, you will never get your share of ahutis when people are doing sacrifice. All other gods will have, but you cannot take along with other gods. So you will not have. It's a great insult. When everybody else will have in all the various yagas, yagnas, havans, the shares of ahuti. Ahuti means whatever you pour, the ghee and other things, what you pour in that fire, they are called ahutis or oblations. He said, none of the oblations will reach you, there will be no place for you. On hearing it, this Nandishwara, the Nandi was the vehicle for Lord Shiva. She got angry. So on behalf of the Lord, Daksha yasapam visajyadarunam yavannamodan sadavachadam dijam. He gave a curse. Very soon, the Daksha will lose his head, and his head will be replaced with the head of a lamb, bakri. He'll have the lamb's head. Bhrigu was the Purohit or the family priest for Daksha. And he got angry when Nandishwara cursed like that. Then Bhrigu, in his turn, she gave a curse. She said, the followers of Lord Shiva will all be hypocrites. They are called Pagandis. Only outside they will look as if they are great devotees, but there will be nothing. They will not devotees at all. And they will be unclean. They will never be clean at all. They will be dirty. And whatever is given to them, they will eat. They will eat everything. And they will be wearing matted hair. That's called a jata. They will be wearing the ashes in their body, and thus they will not be dressed properly at all. Thus he gave a counter curse. In the meantime, Lord Shiva quietly went back to his place. He said, why am I involved in all these things? He went away quietly. He didn't bother at all. So after that, there is no correspondence between Daksha and Lord Shiva. They never had any correspondence. They never talked to each other at any time. And after some time, it so happened that Daksha was about to do a big sacrifice. That was again called the Brihaspati Sabha. And in that sacrifice he sent invitations to all the gods. Vishnu, Brahma, Indra, all the gods, Varuna, to all the gods. But deliberately he did not send any invitation to Lord Shiva, even though he was his own son-in-law. He said to everybody else. And Sati was unaware that there's such a big meeting of all the people is going to take place in her father's house, and she is going to do a big sacrifice. And it so happened, when she was standing outside Sati, she heard the Gandharvas and others who were flying in their aerial vehicles. They were talking about the great yaga which is going to be performed by Daksha. Sati said, "Oh my Lord, how is it that my father has not invited us? Perhaps it is the defect in the postal department, they have not delivered the letter." She went inside and told Shiva, "My father is going to perform one of the biggest sacrifices. No doubt the invitation has not come to us. But the scriptures say that when once anywhere fire sacrifice, a yaga is being done, there is no need for any invitation, anahuto dharangachet. Without being called, without being invited, you are always expected to go and attend any yagas and yajnas wherever they are being performed." And after all, the Satra, as I told, is one where everybody can come and do they can do ahuti. The one who does the ahuti is called the Yajamana. When it is done for somebody's benefit, say, he wants certain things, he wants a promotion. So he does yagna. Then he alone will offer the ahuti and he alone will get the benefit of it. While in the Satra, whoever comes, they can all sit down and everybody can do ahuti. Everybody will get the benefit of that yaga. This is the main difference between a Satra and a yaga. And when she went there, before Sati decided to go, she tried to persuade Shiva, "You also come with me. There is no harm. After all, he is your father-in-law. Why did you unnecessarily refuse to greet him? You could have greeted him." Then Shiva tells one secret. Pratyudgama prashayana abhivadanam vidiyate sadhuvidas madhyame pragyek parasmai purushadhyatesam. Look here, when somebody does a namaskar to somebody else, say, Sanyasa does a namaskar to me. It is not to me, Swami Shantananda. It is meant for the Lord who is sitting inside my heart. So, he is only doing his prostration greeting to that. So, anybody who thinks that I am great and I am my body and who is proud, he does not deserve any namaste from me or namaskar from me. That's why I didn't do. See, there are 2 or 3 explanations as to why we do namaskar. Number 1 is, when you place something, say, in the house, you prepare some sweets. You go and place it before Bhagavan's picture. What does it mean? It means, I offer it to you, Lord. This is an offering to you. So similarly, when you place yourself before the Lord, it means you are offering yourself to the Lord. And by offering yourself, we consist of 3 types of energy. One is called Ichha Shakti, the willpower by which you desire things. The second is called Jnana Shakti, by which we try to understand. See, I came for the first time to Haridwar. I don't know to which hotel I can go, what hotels are nearby, which are the vegetarian hotels. So, the first is that desire has come that I should take meals. I am feeling hungry. There is Ichha Shakti. Then the second one is, I go and ask somebody and gain this knowledge where the nearest hotel can be and which is a good hotel. So this is Jnana Shakti. Now that alone cannot fill up your belly. You will have to go there with your feet. You will have to reach that place and then only you can eat. And that is called the Kriya Shakti. There is action. First is the will, that I should go. That I am feeling hungry, so I have to go to a hotel. The second is Jnana Shakti, where you gain the knowledge as to where to go and how to eat. And the last is Kriya Shakti. You walk up to that place, to the hotel, and then only you can take your meals. So these are the 3 Shaktis. So when you put your head, when you put your heart, when you put your hand and feet, they are all representatives of Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti. So when you place them before the Lord, it means, Lord, none of these powers, none of these energies are mine. All these are yours. I am offering them to you. So my Ichha Shakti is yours, my Kriya Shakti is yours, everything is yours. I have no energy of my own. It is all yours. Apart from that, when we do some prostration or namaskar to somebody else, it is not to respect the other person. Oh, Shantananda has come, he is an old man. Come on, yaar, we will do one namaskar. What does it matter? You are not at all honoring me or respecting me. It is only a self-defense to avoid physical problems for yourself that you are doing. How? The entire body is full of a number of cells, and each cell is a living body by itself. So, thousands of cells are there. The bone has got a number of cells. The blood has got a number of cells. The flesh has got a number of cells. So, everything is made up of cells. And each one is a living body. And now, according to the medical science, every minute a number of these cells, their life is over, they die. And there is an engineer always, a maintenance engineer, who immediately replaces them with a new cell and removes this old cell. If you don't remove these old cells, they will accumulate and it becomes a toxin or a poison. When muck is allowed to accumulate in the body, it becomes a poison. And because of that, 6 months later, 1 year later, or even 2 years later sometimes, one may get some physical disorders, say some rheumatoid arthritis or other problems, where he is unable to move, his knees are having pain while walking, all these things will come. But at that time we do not know that 1 year back I failed to stand up when Swami Shantananda came, that is why I am having it. We don't know. See, we may take note of somebody, some Mahatma who came. See, we normally do it to persons who we know. So if unknown persons come, so we don't do it. So how do we know that is a great man? But that is why normally, when any sannyasi comes, then everybody is supposed to do namaskar to him. Except the mother of the sannyasi, even the father of the sannyasi is supposed to do namaskar to the sannyasi. So, Manusmriti. The verse is Yetasya prana utkramanti yunaha sthaviragate. Urdham prana utkramanti yunaha sthaviragate. Say we are all sitting here. One Mahatma has come. We never got her. Then what happens is, she has got a very powerful energy in him because of his tapasya, because of the penance she has done. So as such, automatically his energy pulls up the pranic energy which is in us. The pranic energy or the vital breath or the prana, it is there from the toe up to the top, everywhere. Wherever there are cells, there are also these maintenance engineers called the Prana Shakti. They work for 15 hours and then only one cell can be replaced. 15 hours it takes to replace one cell. And they are all there, readily available at all times, from the toe up to the head. Now what happens is, when this great man has come and you are not getting up, it pulls up your prana shakti. When it pulls up, what happens? Say the leg, your portion is left without any engineer, without any maintenance engineer. So now maintenance is done. Every second, every minute, a number of cells are dying. And as nothing has been done, there are no engineers, that remains there, it accumulates, it gets decomposed, and it becomes a toxin inside. And that is going to create physical problems for us much later. So, how to avoid it? She says, Pratyuthana Abhivadabhyam. Pratyuthana means you also get up. When you get up, to some extent, that the prana shakti which has come out, it goes down, but not fully. So the balance, what to do? Abhivadabhyam. Abhivada means to prostrate before them. Say, there is a test tube where half is filled up with mercury. Where it is horizontally put here, down below, then what happens? The mercury flows from this end to other end. So everywhere the mercury will be there. Yes, the mercury may not be full everywhere, but there will be some engineers. Where there are 4 engineers, at least now 2 engineers will be there. So that immediately they will remove the toxin, remove the decomposed material. At least that much they can do. It may take them more time to repair it. So that you will not be affected in future. So this is the purpose, to avoid your getting any problems, physical problems. This is being done. So it is called self-defense. All these things are done in self-defense. So these are the reasons why, somebody does namaskar or prostration to the other man. Then the attachment to father is very strong, even after years of marriage to the husband. So naturally, Sati was not prepared to heed the words of Shiva, saying, don't go. If you go, you will be insulted and you will feel very bad. He tells her clearly, don't go. But she didn't heed the words of her husband. She said, after all, it is my father's place. I need not be invited. I can go at any time to my father's place. So, I don't require an invitation. I am going. So she went, and Bhagavan, she said she is going alone. So she sent some of his courtiers, you go along with her and see that she reaches safe Daksha's place. So they went along with her. The moment she went there, her sisters were all there. They were the only ones who with real pleasure, they embraced her and they asked her, how are you, my dear Sati? It's a long time, we have not seen you. Then Sati saw that her father never greeted her. He was looking at her, but he was showing displeasure in his face. This girl I never invited. Oh yes, she come. Almost like that. She was showing this displeasure at that time. Not only that, she found for everybody it was marked. This place is for Brahma. He can take his oblations. This havis from here. Whatever is poured into this thing, it will come to him. So for Brahma they have kept, for Vishnu they have kept, for Indra they have kept, for everybody they have kept. There was no chair, no place earmarked for Shiva. Shiva was ignored and there was no place and he was not being served. These ahutis. She got annoyed. See, she has come, even though she has come, not heeding or ignoring her husband's pleadings, saying, don't go, you will get problems. But she didn't like it. She addressed Daksha. Oh Daksha, do you know who my husband is? Yadvaksharam namagireritam ranam sagat pasangada chuhanti tati pavitra kirtim tavalingye sasanam bhavana vodveti shivam sivetara. Look here, my husband's name is shortest. It is only Shiva, only 2 words, only 2 syllables. It is only Daksharam, there are only 2 aksharas, 2 syllables there. But if only you repeat it only once, saying Shiva, then what happens? All the papas we have ever done and accumulated over several janmas, over several births, they all get lost, they all get destroyed. The man becomes absolutely pure. And so Shiva also means Mangal, that is that which is renowned for the good of the person. So a man who is inimical to Shiva, what will he be? He will be Ashiva, he will be Amangal. So you are a person, you don't want good to come to you. So you are going towards your own destruction. And after telling this, with her own yogagini, see, people who have done a lot of yoga, at any time they can bring the fire throughout the body and they can burn themselves. Even now it is being done. In 1979, there is a Mahatma in Gujarat, he was known as Pujya Mota. When Pujya Mota told them all that today I am going to leave my body, people wouldn't believe it. Only 4 people were there. He went to a farmhouse. She told them, I am going to leave my body here. Any objection? He said, no objection. This house is yours. You do what you want. The owner of the house was there. And he lay himself down. And there is a doctor there. One lady doctor was there. He said, don't touch me up to evening 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock when they went to him, they found the bird has flown. He has left his body. There was no more Mota there. And then this doctor, she took off the clothes in order to give him a wash. Then she found from the neck downwards up to this place, up to below the waist, it was completely a stump of coal. He had burnt himself with his yogagini by the fire which comes out of his yogic powers. That's called the yogagini. Similarly, in Raman Maharshi's place there, there's a cave called Vishisha Guha, where Bhagavan Ramana stayed for a number of years. Nearly 15 years he stayed there. Earlier there, one great Mahatma called Virupaksha Swami, he lived there. It's some 400 years earlier to Ramana. One day he told all his Shishas, tomorrow morning I am taking off. I won't be with you all. What? How will you take off? How will you take off? We are all here. Throughout night we will keep vigil. We will not allow you to go. So they were sitting in the passage throughout the night. He was sitting inside. Early morning when they went in, they found he has burnt himself completely. There were only ashes. Nothing was left of his body. Completely was burnt to ashes. And those ashes were lying for a long time, so many hundreds of years. And when Ramana came and saw, he put water in it, it grew and grew. Out of that he made a linga. That linga is available even now for seeing. That's all. So this can be done. So she left off her body. The moment she left off her body, the courtiers of Lord Shiva who accompanied her, they tried to fight with the people there, but they were outnumbered. So they went back to Lord Shiva and told him what happened. Shiva was angry that his wife was reduced to the level of committing suicide. So he took a small hair from his head and then he dashed it down the ground, out of which came a big figure. He was known as Virabhadra. And he had 1,000 hands and 3 eyes. She asked, Father, what shall I do for you? Look here, you take my army, go there. And he completely destroyed the entire Yagashala of Daksha, along with all the people. They had complete sanction to do anything they wanted. So they all went and completely they broke the vessels which are used, where the holy waters were kept and all that. And whoever came in between, they just dashed them. There was a son, there are 12 sons for the 12 months. Each one is given a name. One is called a Bhaga, another is called a Pusha. These two people are so these people broke all the teeth of Bhaga, so there is no teeth left. And as regards the other one, Pusha, they took away his eyes. He was made blind. And their Guru, their Purohit, the priest, he was their Bhrigu. The Bhrigu was laughing at these things. And when Sati came and found that there was no invitation for her and there was no place kept for her husband, then he was laughing. So they just pulled out all his dadi and moustache, his beard and moustache, they pulled it out. Thus, they did what all they wanted. They destroyed the entire Yagashala and made it unholy. And then they went back and told Lord Shiva that we have done all these things. Then Shiva went into deep meditation. Then all the devatas, all the gods, they went to Brahma. Brahma, please tell us, the 2 people didn't attend this sacrifice. One was Brahma and another was Vishnu. They knew what was going to happen, so they didn't want to be caught there. They never came. So these people went to Brahma, and Brahma said, well, we have to go and please Lord Shiva, and then only something can be done. We cannot do anything against Lord Shiva's will. So he goes to Kailas Parvat the Lord Shiva is in deep meditation. Then he prays and prays. At last Shiva opens his eyes and asks, what do you want? They said, please, you forgive that fellow. That time he didn't know what he was doing. So you forgive him and please make him come back to life, because he is to do a lot of creation in this world. Because just now it has started. It has to be spread all over. So please allow me to live. Then he said, okay, you go and bring the head of any lamp and fix it up. Well, the child will be alive, but not with his head. You will always remember that he has done a great sin by ignoring me. So they did accordingly. And Daksha, when once he got his other head, he came and prayed to Lord Shiva, I am sorry, in my ignorance I did something wrong, so please forgive me. In the Vedas proper, both in Yajurveda as well as in Rigveda, in the middle, a portion comes, 2 chapters. One is called Rudram, the other one is called Chamakam. In the Chamakam it comes, Shanchame, Mayeschame, Premchame, Kamaschame. See, the lamps, how do they make noise? Ma, ma, ma. So that's why it comes as me. Ekachame, Chusachame, Panchame, Namachame, Ekarachame, Trivarachame, Pancharachame, Saptarachame. So like that it goes. This Vedas, it is called Chamakam. Cha and Ma comes again and again, Cha and Me. So that's that. I mean, so many people who say there is no authority for it. People say that sung by him. Thus it shows that unless we link and take God along with us in all our acts of charity, then the acts of charity will have no effect at all. You will not get any merit, and it will not be a virtuous act. It will be a non-virtuous act. So for dharma also, you require Lord's help. Without the Lord's grace, you cannot do any dharma at all. Otherwise you will find, you will purchase a land for building a temple, and somebody will put a stay order, 20 years, this stay order will not be removed. So all these sort of things will happen. So you have to pray to the Lord. Lord, this is your project, this is not mine. So please see that it goes without any impediment. Thus only you have to link God at every step. While it is being done, before it is being done, and after it is done, you thank the Lord for His grace. Now the second one is Dharma Artha. This is another motive for our life. Some people devote their life only for earning a lot of money. Money, status, position, all these 3 things come under the word Artha. If you want to earn money, don't think that I got sufficient talent, I will earn a lot of money. Then unless you pray to God, you link God's name along with whatever you want, and then you can get everything done. Much more than you expected you will get from the Lord. And whatever wealth you want, whatever position you want, God will be able to bestow it on you. That's what will happen. For that purpose, Dhruva story is there. Before you come inside, please keep your cell phone off. It is given there outside. It is written. Please put it off. Switch it off. We told of Swami Manu, he had 3 daughters, one of whom was given to Kartama. Already the story we have said. Now, he had 2 sons. One is called Uttanapada, another is called Priyavrata. This Uttanapada had two wives. One is called Suriti, the elder one. The younger one was called Suruchi. Suruchi means the one who is attractive. Suniti means the one who goes by the moral path, by the proper path. She never does anything wrong in her life. So, it so happened one day in the garden, Dhruva's father was, this Suniti had one son called Dhruva and Suruchi had one son called Uttama. They were all small children, say 5 years old. One day this Uttanapada was sitting along with his second wife, Suruchi, and with her son Uttama. The Uttama was sitting on his lap. Then naturally, being a child, he wanted to sit in his father's lap. When he went near, the stepmother told, "Hey, don't come near your father. Nobody can sit on the lap of your father. Nobody can inherit this kingdom also, unless he was born through my womb. And then only you will be able to. You are not born through my womb. If you really want it, you go and worship Lord Vishnu. And he will make you be born in my womb, and then you will be entitled to sit in your father's lap." And he was a small boy, but he belonged to the warrior community. So naturally, he felt highly insulted. He began to weep. Weeping, he went back to his mother. His mother had already heard of this incident through other boys. They all came and told her. She was ready. And Dhruva was going with all anger. "Amma, do you know what that stepmother had done?" She said, "Stop. Don't talk further. Don't talk anything about your stepmother. Don't talk anything wrong about your stepmother. Don't abuse her. Please." Why? "Mamangalam ta'ata pareshu mamsutha bhungte jano yat paradukkhadastati." Look here. Never take vengeance against somebody who has done some wrong to you. When somebody has done some wrong to you, he is going to be punished by the Lord. Perhaps in the next birth, as the phala of the karma, as the result of the action he had done. So the reaction, he is going to be punished anyway. Then why should you want to punish also? There will be double punishment then. So you don't think anything bad of them. You forgive them. And God is there to keep the account. And if any vengeance is to be taken, he will take on your behalf. You don't do anything. It's a great lesson for us. Whatever the other person may do, don't lose your temper. Absolutely, you ignore whatever they might have censured you, whatever that other person might have rebuked you, whatever he might have abused you, just keep quiet. It's very, very difficult. How can he keep quiet? And that rascal, she did like this, she insulted me. But if you want to progress in your spirituality, it has to be done. This has to be done. So this one lesson you learn from this. See, she is an ordinary woman. She never had a guru or anything. But she knows this. She said, "Please, don't tell anything bad about your stepmother. She is already going to be punished by the Lord for whatever she has done." And then she says, whatever she told was correct. Whatever you want, You go to Lord Narayana or Vishnu. Both are the same. The two names are the same deity only. And you worship him, you do penance on him, then he will give you whatever you want. That is the only way. Okay then, I will go to the forest and I will do meditation and I will please the Lord. He is a 5-year-old boy. He stops straight away. He is not afraid. He stops and he goes. And on the way, Narada meets him. Oh child, you are a small boy. Where is the question of insult or praise for you? If somebody meets you and gives you a laddu, you will take it with pleasure, that's all. You are a young boy, so you should not bother about these things. It is not nothing for you. Young child is not bothered about these things. It is all the big people who talk of vengeance and all that. You are a small child. And secondly, doing penance for Lord Narayana is not going to be so easy. You will have to go into the forest. The forest will be full of wild animals. At any time they may come and eat you. There is no guarantee that you will live through. So you live off this project. It is not for you. It is all for adults. So you come away. You go home. This Narada was telling in order to test how determined Dhruva is in his project to worship the Lord. That's why he is called Dhruva. Dhruva means Nishchai. The one who is very definite, once he has decided, he never changes his decision. He is called a Dhruva. So, when he found this boy with great reverence, he told, Naradji, aap to theek kehte hain, but I want to go and do tapasya. Let me go. It doesn't matter if I die in the process, but let me go. When once he found that he was determined to go and do penance, but how to do penance? He doesn't know anything about it. So he gives him mantra diksha on the spot. He tells him what is called the 12 akshar, 12 syllables mantra. It is called Dvadash Akshari. 12 syllables are there. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And not only that, he said, Yasanyam Saptaratan Prapatane Tuman Pashyati Khecharani. This Om Namo Vasudevaya is so potent in those days. Because these people will do it with such determination. It was so potent. Continuously, if you read it for 7 days and 7 nights, then you can see people going, the gods going around in the air. Nowadays we don't see them, but they can see them. They'll be going around, they can even talk to them. So that will be the effect. Even in 7 days it is so effective. So you go do this mantra. You will be successful in your effort to worship Narayana and to get his grace.